Shalom Bracha and Purim Sameach. We are about to read the Megillah. Everybody loves the Megillah. We love the story. We love the characters. And especially we love the message. Now there's not one message in the Megillah. There are so many different messages. And many that pertain to us in the here and now. Anti-Semitism. Emunah HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And also, of course, how great the courage was of Esther HaMalkah. I want to focus on one concept in the Megillah that I think not only will help us understand the Megillah better, but it'll give us some inspiration and also hopefully connect us to the next coming holiday, which is Pesach. We see that our rabbis connect a concept that we see in Shir HaShirim. Mashgiach min ha'chalonot, metzitz min ha'harakim. These are two different images in prose that Shlomo HaMelech brings out of relationship to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's Mashgiach min ha'chalonot, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is watching over us from the window, but also Metzitz min ha'harakim, who's looking at us through the slats. What are slats? Slats in a fence. What's the difference between these images? And what's the point of this imagery that Shlomo HaMelech is trying to get across to us? Mashgiach min ha'chalonot, a window, you think about it, a nice, glorious, full open window. The person who's on both sides can see the person on the other side. I'm inside, I look out with a wide open window, the person can see me inside as well. However, when it comes to metzitz min ha'harakim, to look through the slats, the person who's on one side of the fence, I can peer and I can see my target, quote unquote, the person who I'm looking at. But the person, when they look at the fence, they can't necessarily see me. Our rabbis teach us that this is the difference between the Purim story and the Pesach story. Purim is slats, metzitz min ha'harakim, and the Pesach story is HaKadosh Baruch Hu being mashgiach min ha'chalonot. On Passover, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us open miracles. We saw Him and He saw us. He looked literally down and saw HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the pain that we were in Egypt, and He saved us. And we saw His mighty hand with the makot, with the splitting of the sea, and eventually with Matan Torah. Purim is almost the opposite. It's the metzitz min ha'harakim, the looking through the slats. Hashem saw us, but it was very hard for us to see Him. One can read the Megillah without seeing the name of God and can think that everything is just mikreh and happenstance. However, what the message of Purim is that no matter what, whether we're up, whether we're down, high or low, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us, even if it's difficult to see His hand, even if we have to strain, or even if He's blocked by the fence. You have to know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there. Pesach is a little bit easier. Everything is out in the open. But the only way to really appreciate Pesach is to understand that, you know what? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us even when He's only metzitz min ha'harakim. It's just as powerful, if not more powerful. And it requires a special person to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there even when we can't necessarily see Him. That should be our message when we carry each other, that we should carry with each other, with ourselves when we're reading the Megillah this week. We need to think and say, we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us. We know HaKadosh Baruch Hu is no matter what, even though we can't necessarily see Him, He is there and He's always holding our hands. Purim Sameach.